Lauren Brooks here for Intuition Aleworks. Intuition is downtown Jacksonville's premier spot for craft beer. Intuition brews every beer on site with all natural ingredients, providing the freshest pints possible in a huge variety of styles. The taproom features 20 taps and a fantastic food menu. Or head up to the open-air rooftop bar and enjoy the breeze and the river views. Plus, check out the new 6,000 square foot beer hall at Intuition, designed for live music, tailgating on game day, or hosting your own private event. Intuition Aleworks is your downtown craft beer headquarters. Come taste the quality.
It's football season, and nothing tastes better on game day than Hoffman's Upstate New York German Franks, snappy grillers, all beef dogs, and a variety of handheld, handcrafted sausages just waiting for that tailgate. Whether you're in the stadium, the parking lot, or in the best seat in the house in front of your TV, pick up Hoffman at area stores, or order online and have our ridiculously tasty products shipped. Now you can spike the ball. Taste tells. HoffmanSausage.com.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Water heater worries? No problem. Fenwick Home Services Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has technicians at the ready to service or replace your old water heater today. Book online now and enjoy hot water today guaranteed. Fenwick will install garbage disposals, sump pumps, plumbing fixtures, and more today. Even clear clogged drains. Fenwick will do it all the same day. Call 904-660-0556 or book in seconds at FenwickEasyBook.com.
This just in, there's a new gift in town. Shark Coatings has made the Gift to Floor program. Here's Curtis for more.
That's right, Alicia. Not only is Shark Coatings the leader in concrete coatings, but now they're the leader in gift giving. With Shark Coatings' new Gift to Floor program, you can buy someone a floor, and Shark Coatings will provide you with a framed sample that you can wrap and give away on Christmas. Then they just pick their color and schedule their installation. Back to you, Alicia.
Thanks, Curtis. For the gift you've been wanting to give, contact Shark Floor Coatings for more information.
Over 40 years ago, I made a decision to help people. Might sound simple, but following your passion never is. Big ideas tend to get bigger. What started out as one lawyer's vision is now a team of over 400 with an obsession. Today, protecting you and your family is more than a job. It's a way of life. Over 40 years ago, we set out to build a law firm. It's clear now that what we've built is so much more. I'm Eddie Farah, Jacksonville.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
At Rusty Acres, you don't just get a used Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury auto part. You get someone who can explain how to install it. For a large inventory of used Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury auto parts, call Rusty Acres, 786-1777.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Northern Tool and Equipment. High school basketball tournament tonight in Jacksonville at FSCJ South Campus on Beach Boulevard. They've reached the Final Four of the 5th Annual Fortegra Basketball Invitational. Providence against Oakleaf coming up right now, 6 o'clock tip-off over at FSCJ South Campus. Sandalwood against Nice is coming up at 8 o'clock tonight. Myself, Mia O'Brien, will be on the call for that game on 1010 a.m. and the AM stream as the Fortegra Basketball Invitational in its 5th season down to the Final Four tonight. Coming up tomorrow in college basketball, JU coming off a win against VCU. They're 5-2. They go to UNC Wilmington tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Right now, 74 degrees at 6 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. With Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, it's a tremendous Friday right here in Duval. It's great to have you with us. Alongside the incomparable J.J. LaSalva, I am the truth teller, Rick Ballou, fired up, ready to go. Yeah, I've blown it out all week. I mean, really from the toes up. Totally, absolutely disgusted by the performance a week ago. But something happened. And I don't know if it was as simply as, and I got up early today. I think I was up at 10:30 on this Friday. So I don't know if I rolled out of bed it was the right side of the bed. I don't know if that was it, or if I actually had a dream last night about something, or if it's simply the fact that Tennessee has 6 guys that are out, including 3 on their defense, who are playing outstanding football. Okay, you look at Danico Autry, he's got 7 sacks. You look at which leads Tennessee in getting to the quarterback as far as the sack statistic is concerned. Their leading overall tackler is David Long. He's got 86 on the year, out. Their best corner is not going to be able to play in this football game, and Christian Fulton. So you take 3 of their better players. They still have Jeffrey Simmons, who's a top 5 defensive tackle in the National Football League. We know that. We get that. When Bud Dupree is on, when Bud Dupree is healthy, he is certainly a difference maker. But I feel it today. It's been a crazy year. It really has. Their 2 most difficult games, in my opinion, this year were in L.A. and in Philadelphia. And we saw what they did to the Chargers. They just totally dismantled them. And you go back, We've been told week after week after week that it is a learn from it scenario, right? Lesson learned. Well, the lesson learned in Philadelphia, up 14-0, electing not to kick a 51-yard field goal in difficult conditions and going forward on 4th and 2, and that became the first fumble for Trevor Lawrence on a day in which Jacksonville would turn the ball over 5 times. They still play with Philadelphia. I think they've heard this, and it's been a weird year where it feels like every week there's a streak, and that's not going to continue. They lose here tomorrow, that'll be 9 in a row. All right, they've lost 9 out of 10 overall. They've lost 5 straight, but as we know, they haven't won out there in that building since 2013. That doesn't change next week. Here comes the Dallas Cowboys. You just found out last week in Detroit. Jacksonville has now gone 20 games in a row without knocking off an NFC opponent. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of the streaks. We're going to hear about it again once they get with Houston, the horrible Houston Texans. They've won what now? 9 in a row against Jacksonville? It's pathetic. It's awful. I mean, there's no way to not say that. But I do. I feel tonight like this is going to happen Sunday at 1 o'clock. So I am calling right now for the major upset by the Jaguars. And there's more good news. The big toe of Trevor is good. It is better. He worked out today. He was quoted as saying after practice, "I feel good." And that's all you need. That's all you need on this Friday. So, I put it on Twitter about 3 hours ago. There's been a lot of response. A lot of people think that that this is this is sarcasm, and obviously I have been known to go that way with certain routes. It's not. My picks mean too much to me to go sarcastic with something as important as that. Others have been like, Ballou, what's wrong with you? Are you already after the Irish whiskey? You've told us forever you never drink before you go on the air, and that is true. I have never had a sip before I have gone on the radio. Others have asked, are you on drugs? Well, of course. And I always answer that question like this. It is not a scenario where there are drug tests offered here or that are mandatory at 1010XL and 92.5 FM. It is a drug requirement to work here. Okay? So, of course, that is the situation. But I just feel it today. I really do. And that's what's crazy about this football team, is you don't really know what to expect. There are times where they can play with anyone. I mean, you could be trailing 17-0 against Oakland and come back. You could be trailing 20-0 against Kansas City and come back. You could be down, it was only 6-0, but if it wasn't for a couple of drop passes 2 Sundays ago here against Baltimore, you're down 14-0 in that game. You were down 23 at Detroit. I mean, this football team has found, with the exception being Detroit, this team has found ways to come from behind. Now, by the way, that's alarming to me because I just mentioned being up 14-0 in Philadelphia, getting that lead early in Los Angeles. And for Jaguar fans, you can think back, doesn't matter who the coach has been, doesn't matter who the quarterback has been, doesn't matter who the offensive coordinator has been, doesn't matter if the game has been in Duval, London, or anywhere else on the road. The Jaguars have really started slowly for year after year after year. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, they averaged less than 8 points a year ago in the first half. First 8 games of the season, Jacksonville ripped that apart and started scoring in the first quarter, started scoring on their opening drive, started scoring in the first half. That has gotten away from them as of late. I would not recommend that being the strategy coming up on Sunday. You better get after it fairly quickly. This is a Tennessee team that runs the ball well and does a great job defending the run. Here's what will surprise you. We haven't said this in the last 6 years. They're actually far better at defending the run than they actually are running the football. Derrick Henry is a Superman. Derrick Henry is also human. In the last 3 weeks, actually the last month, his average per carry is 3.1 yards. If Jacksonville can hold Derrick Henry to 3.1 per carry, I love their chances of winning this football game. Now, of course, he's right down the road from Yulee, and there's something about Henry, whether it's there or here, where he seems to play his very best against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And, you can go back a few weeks ago, outside of the top 3, maybe 4 quarterbacks in the league, the only other guy that you would put out there and say he's got a possibility of winning an MVP would have been Derrick Henry. But to me, that would have been, through October, maybe after the first week of November. It's kind of gotten away from him a little bit as of late. And they are really struggling when it comes to moving the football and putting up points. This is not a great offense. Let me give you these numbers. As a matter of fact, we're going to head out to Tennessee here in just about 12 minutes. And Teron Davenport does a fantastic job with ESPN covering the Tennessee Titans. I get him on quite a bit whenever we break down this game. He's our first guest. We're going to get the very latest now on the injuries and plugging in other players and just overall what his thoughts are. Because I want you to remember this about Tennessee. They've also lost 2 in a row. Okay? And no, Jacksonville hasn't lost 2 in a row. Jacksonville is actually, 2-2 in their last 4. Tennessee's lost 2 straight. They lost 2 straight against very good teams, though. Okay? They let one get away against Cincinnati 2016. Then they were blown out last week against the Philadelphia Eagles. But this is an important game for them. The way that I look at Tennessee, and I've said it all week, and I honestly feel like this is one of the first times that I have ever said something like this in the NFL. I've said it many times in college football or many times in college basketball, particularly early because maybe you feasted on some non-conference teams and your record was better than what I actually believe the team was. That's how I feel about Tennessee. I think they're worse than their 7-5 record. And again, I don't think I've ever said that ever about an NFL team. Last week at this time, bragging about a couple of 4-7 teams where I thought Jacksonville was better than 4-7. I was wrong. They're now 4-8. I thought Detroit was better than 4-7. Okay, I was right. They are now 5-7. But with this team, Tennessee, you just look at them as far as their health. It does not support it. Their quarterback, it does not support it. The numbers are awful. I mean, I don't care which way you can spin things here. I mean, it's bad. Listen to this. Let's get to this offense. They're 29th in the NFL overall in yardage, okay? They're 26th in points, 18.3 points a game. Can Jacksonville score 19 points in Tennessee? Is 19 good enough to win it? I've heard others say, expect a shootout this weekend. Expect this game to go over the 41. I don't know. I feel right now like if you gave me 21, if you said to me right now, 21, take it or leave it, I'd take it. I think 21, what do you feel about that? I think 21 points wins this game on Sunday. Am I crazy?
Absolutely. No, I agree with you. I don't think the Titans have that in them. How many did they score last week?
Was it
and
10?
So not even
it was 10 last week.
In garbage time.
Right?
21 wins this football game.
It was 10 last week, and I want to say 16 the week before. Exactly. So they've scored 26 points in their last 2 weeks. Both losses. That's an average of, 20? That's an average of 13 a game in their last 2 weeks. They're 30th with their passing offense, and again, injured. They are missing their young stud wide receiver. He is not going to be able to play in Treylon Burks. They're also missing C.J. Board. So, Robert Woods is going to become Ryan Tannehill's go-to guy. And I want to say he's got about 33 receptions on the year. He's been a little bit nicked up at times. But their passing offense doesn't scare anyone. The way that Tennessee wins is Derrick Henry is lathered up. Derrick Henry is having a monster day. And then all of a sudden, we understand that Jacksonville is terrible in coverage right now, particularly with their linebackers. And if you have not heard, Chad Moom is not going to go. So this is another opportunity for Devin Lloyd. Maybe the light goes on Sunday. How encouraging would that be, win or lose for the team? If Devin Lloyd shows up, maybe a week off or with, a significant amount of reduced snaps, you'd be crazy to give up on Devin Lloyd at this point. Don't make that mistake, because I'm talking to a bunch of people who gave up on Tyson Campbell last year at this particular time. Although with Campbell, it felt like it was 7 or 8 games, and then something happened, and instead of hitting the rookie wall, he played much better in the second half of the season. It's been a confusing year with Devin Lloyd where he started off really hot. He is flatlined, but don't give up on him. I mean, that's crazy. He's a 24-year-old man. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to believe that he's actually a year older than Trevor Lawrence, who's in the league for his second year. Trevor just turned 23, a month ago, 6 weeks ago? But anyway, that's ridiculous. This doesn't look like a Taven Bryan, Kayvon Chason, C.J. Henderson, R.J. Soward, Matt Jones, Reggie Williams, Derrick Henry, Dante Fowler, Luke Jokel. Doesn't look like one of those mistakes. Okay? I could go on. I mean, I really could, but I won't, because I'm kind on this Friday. Don't give up on Devin Lloyd. But that's how Tennessee wins. Well-oiled Derrick Henry, and then all of a sudden, it's 2nd and 2 from the 38. No, it doesn't go to Henry. Play action, Tannehill to Woods for 16 yards. That's where they get you. If the run works, play action can smack you. And that is how Tennessee is going to be able to win this football game. All right, a lot of interaction coming up over the next couple of hours. As always, the best way for you to get a hold of us is on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. That number is 641-1010. I even looked at the latest numbers. They don't support anything I'm saying. Tennessee is 6-0 this year against the spread against teams with losing records. Jacksonville's 4 up, 8 down. Let's see. That would be a losing record. Tennessee is 8-2 against the spread over its past 10 games. That's not a good trend. Tennessee has covered 8 of its past 10 games against Jacksonville. They've won 9 out of 10 outright, but they've covered 8 out of those 10. So it's not as if they're just winning. They're slaughtering. What are you doing, Ballou? How the hell are you picking Duval? Finally, Jacksonville. Here's their number. You ready? 1-5 against the spread on the road this year. I got to believe that one victory came when they won in Los Angeles. It would have to be. So there you go. That's the data. I use the data. I'm not spinning the data. I've got a gut feeling. The good guys go in. The good guys come home with a W. All right, comments to get things rolling tonight brought to you by the good friends over at Shmunez Vision. Actually had someone walk up to me last night at our remote and ask me about Shmunez Vision. You're like, you serious about this? And I'm like, bro, why would I lie? Okay? Why would I go forward with something? I mean, there's plenty of vision places in town that would love to have me brag about them, about the surgery that they performed 8 years ago during a normal eye checkup. It wasn't one of those deals where I was on the golf course and I thought I was 130 yards away and I was really 180 yards away and I left it short and I was going to blame my eyes. My eyes I thought were perfect. I just went in for a sit down. He's like, bro, you need surgery tomorrow. I'm like, let's do this. Under the knife, went in, came out, no setbacks. Spent 8 years, perfectly healthy. That could be an issue with you right now, okay? You only have one set of eyes, and we often overlook our eyes. It's getting dark right now, right? Or perhaps it already has gotten dark. You know what it's like driving at night. You know what it's like when you try to read at night. Your eyes are strained. You got to put the readers on. Then your kid's yelling at you. You got to take the readers off so you can see what he or she is trying to do. This is a simple process. You could be a candidate for laser eye surgery. You could have issues with your cataract, all right? Cataract problems. You may not need cataract surgery. It could be simply, medicine or whatever it may be. It's a variety of different things that are all part of what they do, and it's why they're the best at Shmunez Vision, a family organization that I absolutely believe in. Call them today, 299-2906, or log on to shmunezvision.com. Care you can see. All right, we're busy here over the next 2 hours. We on YouTube tonight, JJ?
We are on YouTube. All you got to do is go to 1010XL's YouTube page, give us a click, give us a listen, share with your friends.
All right. What did I say? The next time the Jags win a game, I'm finally going to sign up on YouTube to interact with our listeners.
Well, I guess Sunday afternoon.
Yes. I mean, we do it here all the time on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, and on my Twitter, Ballou1010XL, but that's happening next on YouTube. All right, let's go to Nashville, the House of Horrors. Teron Davenport is next. He covers the Titans for ESPN. He goes into the night with Rick Ballou.
Why do some QBs make it and others don't?
Because we work our butts off.
Denny Thompson is the quarterback whisperer, and he knows. He shares his insights Friday mornings on The Drill. Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security and automation experts.
Ballou here for Shmunez Vision. Why Shmunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Shmunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Shmunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Shmunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit shmunezvision.com today. Care you can see.
Expert Automotive, Jacksonville's only automotive repair shop, where every car we work on gets a lifetime repair warranty. Never pay for service again once it's fixed. Winter travel is around the corner, and now is the time to get your winterization. Do you still have AC issues? Freon prices are falling, and we can save you money. At Expert Automotive, we service all makes and models. Call 374-3373 today to schedule your appointment. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
Rick Ballou checking in for Jimerson and Burr, the great law firm at Jimerson Burr, and they offer up words of wisdom All right. Jimerson Burr represents businesses, all industries, all sizes, each matter of the same quality, care, attention to detail, and respect as if they were representing themselves. Quote, Lou Holtz once said, and I do quote, the man who complains about the way the ball bounces is likely the one who dropped it. End of quote. Jimerson Burr, to business owners, here we are, 9th day of December. Let's say you're a small or a middle-sized business and you did a job in the first quarter and you haven't been paid and you're ripped. You've sent out the invoices, you made the phone calls, you're being ignored. Right now you're like, it's over. I can't do anything about it. Right? Wrong. Contact an attorney at Jimerson Burr. 389-0050 or go to jimersonfirm.com.
Brackish Vodka, part of the Brackish brands, is made right here in Jacksonville. 100% from corn and gluten-free. It's the local answer to Tito's. Brackish Vodka is the proud partner of Growlers Bar and Tailgaters, and we will be pouring free samples of our local vodka, as well as selling merch at each home game. Brackish brands are for those who live life slightly salty. And once you try Brackish Vodka, you'll be slightly salty too. You have never had a vodka this smooth. Enjoy Brackish Vodka for brunch at Ida Claire.
Hey there, all you fun-loving sports maniacs, a.k.a. taco lovers. Don here from Taco Lou. I'm quite proud to say that we have the best staff in all of Duval.
Don't you mean Louval?
Say hello to Lizzie.
Hello, Jacksonville.
I suppose I do mean Louval. Say, Liz, what's your favorite cocktail to make?
The Double Barrel Margarita. It's Herradura, Tequila Reposado, orange liqueur, orange juice, and our homemade sour mix. We call it Lou Brew. Give it a good shake and serve.
Well, thanks, Lizzie.
Come in and hang with me at the bar. Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Run with the big dogs. I'm Andrew Gibson. Join me for the Bulldog Report as the dogs chase another championship.
Brought to you by Travis Cummings and the Bailey Group on 1010XL.
Injured in a car accident? We cap attorney's fees at 30% of the first $1 million. Any recovery above that is all yours. No recovery, no fees or costs. If another lawyer wants more, Lawyer Up 904. For accidents, injuries, and more, LawyerUp904.com.
If you think selling your home is going to be a problem, well, let me introduce you to the problem solvers. Those are Chad and Sandy Realty, because while others are struggling, they're guaranteeing offers on your home within 72 hours, or they'll sell it for free. Look, there is this implication right now that it's not a good time to sell. The Northeast Association of Realtors recently reporting home sales are down 20%. But Chad and Sandy can get the job done. They guarantee multiple offers on your home in 3 days or it's sold free. They'll get maximum convenience and maximum sales price when you turn to Chad and Sandy. For Nate and Sharon, things were bad. They were going through a divorce, facing foreclosure. Their home had been on the market for 94 days with another agent, failed to sell. They were out of time and desperate. They hired Chad and Sandy. It was a miracle. The home sold in 3 days at a profit for both. Eternally grateful is an understatement, they say. So call the agents I trust at 904-414-6200. That's Chad and Sandy. Or go to chadandsandy.com. Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Roof It Right. Hey, you having a problem with your roof? Well, you want the strongest building materials, backed by the market's best warranties. You want Roof It Right. Listen, folks, a roof in Florida, that's a big deal. I've been endorsing Roof It Right for years because they're the company I know and trust. Call or schedule your estimate at roofitRightFL.com. That's roofitRightFL.com. And see why your friends and neighbors say, Roof It Right, so you can sleep at night.
If golf is your thing, you might want to check out Hidden Hills Golf Club. At Hidden Hills, we simply love the game, and we take great care of our golfing friends. Check us out at hiddenhillsgc.com. You'll be glad you did.
Who were the last astronauts who walked on the moon over 50 years ago? The answer next.
Southern Oak Insurance knows that you want to save money on your homeowner's insurance. So why not try some old-fashioned common sense? Ask your Southern Oak agent about our roof replacement schedule. It will save you money.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Eugene Cernan and Harrison Schmidt were the final two astronauts who have walked on the moon.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Now, another interview on the Farah and Farah phone line. Brought to you by the Accident Attorneys at Farah and Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, Nashville has been anything but kind to Duval. They have not won out there since 2013. Overall, Tennessee's won 5 straight in 9 out of the last 10 against the Jaguars. However, Tennessee is really beaten up. 6 guys will not play in this football game on Sunday. The best in the biz when it comes to covering the National Football League and certainly the Tennessee Titans is Teron Davenport with ESPN and ESPN.com. Covering Tennessee, he joins Rick Ballou. Teron, it's been a little bit. How are you?
Oh, yeah, it's been a while, man. I appreciate you having me on. I like that little beat you had. Bringing me in, man. Good stuff.
Well, after the show tonight, JJ and I are going clubbing. So
so it's the prep. You getting ready?
Yes. There's no doubt about it. All right, this is interesting because I was obviously you cover the team and you know what's going on, but I'll tell you, I was shocked when I heard about John Robinson because I'm thinking the guy's won 60% of his games, 7 winning seasons, on the verge of winning his 3rd straight divisional title, and I know it happened right after the loss and the whole A.J. Brown situation, but typically when you fire a coach, the team will respond in a certain way. How does this team respond Sunday after the general manager is let go?
Yeah, I think they respond and play, energized football. And a lot of the guys had a really close relationship with John Robinson, so they naturally spoke to him, whether it be text or actual phone calls, and the message was consistent that he gave the players, and that was go out and win the freaking game. That's verbatim what he told them, so they're going to go out and play. I think, regardless, this is a team that hasn't lost more than 2 games in a row in, I'll say, at least 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at what's at stake, what's at hand, they want to keep this thing from bullying over into, a more than a multi-game loss streak. So there's also a division game, and I talked to Jeffrey Simmons after the Eagles game, and he said they're right where they want to be. So I think they're going to play inspired football on Sunday, and even though they're going to be shorthanded.
Is this similar to Bill O'Brien and management, where Bill got control? Is this a Mike Vrabel victory? Do guys play harder now for him, or is that not the case?
I think guys play harder for themselves, honestly, because you look at Jeffrey Simmons, right? This man is playing on a $4.5 million contract. Last time I checked, you probably can't find 3 guys better than him when it comes to interior defenders. But he's getting paid like he's a low-level defender. That's the way things work sometimes with the draft and everything else. But, the fact of the matter is he's playing, and he won't say it, but he's playing to earn that big deal. So you got guys like that. You got guys like Bud Dupree, who's on a big deal. And, he's playing like, hey, look, man, I got to make sure that I do what I need to do for this team not to release me. And it's not exactly what he's doing, but, these are the things that these guys, have to do. So I think they're going to play inspired football for themselves more than anything else. And, yeah, Coach Vrabel has done a really good job just putting those emotional deposits with them and getting them to want to play for him. But, look, man, it's a business. Each one of these guys out there, it's their own company, and that's how they're looking at it.
Over the last 3 weeks or so, the average per carry for Derrick Henry has been down. I want to say it's 3.1, and he always has monster games here against Jacksonville. Is it been down because something's wrong there with the way that he is getting after it? Has it been the offensive line? Or, we know last week in the blowout, they eliminated the running game. Has that been part of it as well?
Yeah, well, Yuli's finest. He'll get a chance, against his home team to get back on track. And when you look at it, obviously a part of it, you got to put on Derrick Henry. You look at the numbers and say, hey, he's not getting as many yards after contact, which is true. But there's always numbers within the numbers, like a game within the game. And if you look at it, basically what's happening is Derrick Henry is getting hit on average over the last 4 games, none of which he's had 100 yards. He's getting hit on average less than a yard after he gets the football. So when you look at the way the Titans like to do things, and you look at a guy that's 6'3", 247, the best thing for him is to get to that 4th or 5th step towards the line of scrimmage, right? So this way you're getting all that big mass rolling and you get momentum. When you have to change direction, start and stop, etc., you can't really get that power behind your runs when you're that big. Like, he's a build-up speed type of guy. And that's why he's getting tackled early with, some of those individual tackles. You go back to the Bengals game, they use the bare front, they cover up the guard center, guard trio, and they let the linebackers just come in and wreak havoc. And, you saw 55 and 57 getting shots on Derrick Henry in the backfield, and then they blitzed their nickel and Mike Hilton, and that was kind of like the best thing to do. Then the Eagles last week, they just whooped tail up front. And, when you're having that happen, you can't really run the football because, again, like I said, you're getting him before he gets that momentum and gets downhill, and that's a problem for the Titans. So their goal is to just create space, right, and make ways for him to get to that step, that fourth or fifth one, and be able to run through tackles that way.
Big matchup coming up in the AFC South on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Jacksonville visits Tennessee. Teron Davenport does an outstanding job covering the Titans with ESPN and ESPN.com. All right, I would think it's pretty simple for Tennessee. Run the ball, then be able to set up a little bit of play action. But all of a sudden, the injuries, a couple of guys nicked up on the offensive line, and now with Treylon Burks and C.J. Board out, is the latter part of what I said, is that not going to be, relevant on Sunday?
That play-action passing game is really minimized when you take Burks out of there. And I'm not going to say Trey Burks was drafted to replace A.J. Brown because that's just not fair to him. But they wanted him to work a lot of the same concepts. The contested catches down the field, right, the play-action strike route, that's something that's really big. That play-action across in the middle, you get the linebackers, Devin Lloyd, Chad Muma, whoever it should be, taking that read step forward, and that opens up a little bit of space. You strike right over top of them, you catch the ball and get upfield. And that's something that, honestly, outside of Burks, they don't really have a guy that's a legit threat doing that. So they'll definitely be in trouble there. C.J. Board was someone that, he got his first snaps at receiver last week because of other injuries that they had. And then you also look at the punt return aspect. That's really what C.J. Board was for. But, right now, roster-wise, they have literally two receivers on the active roster right now because Cody Hollister is on IR. Treylon Burks has his issue. Robert Woods and Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, but they have four that they could pull up from the practice squad. And then you got Racey McMath, who, is the LSU receiver, unproven, but he's definitely a, height, weight, speed guy. So we'll see what happens. I would imagine he'll get called up and, they'll have to work those guys.
Wow, this is one of the few teams in the NFL that actually runs the football more than they pass the football. And by listening to the way you're describing it, it certainly feels like that's going to be the case on Sunday. How about defensively now? You mentioned Dupree and you mentioned Simmons, particularly Simmons, an outstanding player, but you lose the guy with the most sacks in Danico Autry. David Long can't play, who leads the team in tackles. And you lose your best corner in Christian Fulton. So, and there are other guys who were nicked up, but three starters unable to play coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a major thing. And I'll start with David Long Jr., and he's just fun watching the play. Like, if you could imagine what it looks like for someone to be set on fire and play football, that's him. The emotion and the passion and just all over the place that he plays. I think that's a good way to describe him. But more importantly, he's the green dot, right? Green dot helmet guy. So you're going to have a new guy relaying the defense to the rest of the guys in the huddle.
Who's that going to be?
Communication.
Do you believe?
It's going to be Dylan Cole. Dylan Cole, number 53.
Okay.
Veteran. He's, I think, a third-year veteran, mostly special teams guy, but, he's come in and played well in spurts. So you'll have him. Mm-hmm. Monty Rice also. But, you mentioned it, right? Danico Autry, he's been a catalyst for this defense. And just to put it in perspective, they were on pace for, 40-plus sacks before he went down 2 weeks ago. And the last two games that they've had 3 sacks total. And that's kind of unheard of for that D-line. So he's definitely valuable. He's like the shoot guy on a lot of the stunts and things they do up front. He eats up, those one-on-one matchups because the double teams are going to Simmons, and not having him is going to be tough, And then you look at Christian Fulton. He's dealt with a hamstring all year rather. Last week he had the groin. It happened on the A.J. Brown touchdown. So you got that, but, you'll see a lot of big nickel with three safeties in there. Monty Hooker, Andrew Adams, and Kevin Byard, the best safety in football. And, that's going to be the look. And then when they go to dime, you'll see Josh Kalu in there. So that's what you could expect.
Teron Davenport, our guest. All right, Teron, as we wrap things up, what do you make of this team here? What's your understanding of and what do you expect with Jacksonville coming in there on Sunday?
Yeah, well, I want to see what's going on with Trevor Lawrence's toe. I know they're making a custom shoe for him and everything like that, and we'll see what happens. But what I make of this Titans team is, they're looking for a win, right? And obviously you're looking for that every week, but this week it's extra important. I mean, you fire your GM and then you turn around and you lose to, one of the bottom teams in the division. That's a problem. So I'm looking for them to come out on fire, and just try to get out to an early start this game away, reestablish the run, and that's going to be interesting because Jacksonville is 13th against the run, giving up 113 yards per game. So we'll see what happens there. Defensively, they got to get after the quarterback, whoever that may be. Christian Kirk is having a solid year. Travis Etienne has been in and out, but I think they're going to have to really get after this team early, try to put it away quickly, and just kind of salt the game away after you get out to an early lead.
It's going to be an interesting one, no doubt about it. Always a pleasure, Teron. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, and we'll do it again soon.
Thank you, for sure. Appreciate you. Enjoy the game this weekend.
There he goes. Teron Davenport, ESPN.com, covering the Tennessee Titans. This team is ripped apart. 2 wide receivers? Unbelievable. I mean, I'll raise my hand here. I haven't spent time this week on the Titans practice squad. Maybe I should have, but Burks is out. And Board is out, who's also their return man. So, yeah, it's Robert Woods. Remember, he got paid, and that's part of the reason why John Robinson is out, right? He paid Clowney. He paid certainly Bud Dupree, and that hasn't worked. He made a bad trade for Julio Jones. And, Robert Woods is a guy they gave a lot of money to. He's on the other side now of 30. He's got 33 receptions for 357 yards and a touchdown. I want to say he missed a couple of games. No, he is not. He's played in all 12. Okay. So he's caught 33 balls in 12 games. And he's averaging 10.8 per. So on paper, it looks promising. It does. Obviously, this game is not played on paper. And here's the point. Even though he didn't say it, I could tell, I don't know if you could, JJ, but I could tell by talking to Teron Davenport, it doesn't matter how many injuries Tennessee has. He's convinced they're winning at home on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. When you asked him, what do you think about the team here, he chuckled. I'm like, all right, that's all I need to know. I like after the first segment, I was like, in picks, I'm going to pick the Jags. After that interview, I'm like, there's no way I'm picking the Jags.
This show is a battle of emotions.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. I mean, did I provide fool's gold
I just think
to get
it's
things
two
started?
Crappy teams, and the Titans, like you said, are not a normal 7-5 team, first place in the division team. It's a lot of fool's gold and a lot of injuries. So I could see it happening, but Derrick Henry is not hurt.
He is not hurt, and he was on the
Simple
report.
as
Let me see this again. Earlier in the week, before we hit our break, Derrick Henry was on the. It was just a rest day. That's all it was. Non-injury related. He was limited on Wednesday. They gave him the day off on Thursday, and he was limited today. So he's basically like Forrest Whitaker from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. They just fly him in for the games. They're like, listen, okay?
He doesn't even live here.
Here's the deal. Go do what you want to do all week long, okay? Come in once in a while, break a sweat, listen to the team meetings, listen to the game plan. But we're not going to practice you all week. Just, you're the king.
Relax
right?
at home.
You're the king. Just get yourself ready for Sunday at 1 o'clock, and that is going to be the case. Again, he has not had 100 yards rushing in his last 4 games. He's averaging 3.1 yards a game in his last 4 games. I'd love to brag about that, but here's the problem, okay? Jacksonville, in their last 3 ball games, is allowing, let's see, I got it right here. They're allowing 446 yards, okay? That's their average. And they've allowed 40, 27, and 27 points.
This is the definition of a get-right game for Derrick Henry.
This is a team that scores 18 points a game in Tennessee. 18. You've allowed 40, 27, and 27. The math supports Duval. The numbers support Duval. The trends, not at all. They support Tennessee. Game is not played with that nerd type of data, right? It's played with hearts, and it's played with spit and glue, and it's played with 3.4 yards and a cloud of dust right there in the house of horrors.
Yeah, it was an ugly day. In that drive, we were able to move the ball. And
That ball's going to be caught. That's a touchdown, Evan Ingram.
after a game like this, you got to make that decision to go the right direction and not go downhill. I believe in this team. We really got to have a great week and get back on track. We got a division opponent next week.
Next up, Tennessee, Sunday at 1 on 1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
Hey, have you heard why people are driving from all over the country to buy from Beaver? Stop waiting for months for the vehicle you're looking for. We have new inventory on the lot, priced to sell and waiting for you. Plus, every new vehicle comes with a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty for your peace of mind. It's simple. We want to provide you with exceptional service before and after the sale. We'll see you at Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville or Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine. We're here to wow you.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hicken here. About 2 years ago, I had Bueller Air out to install the nicest system we've ever had at our home. Why did I choose Bueller? Well, they were and still are locally owned, and their service is immaculate. I mean, they really have the coolest guys in town. Right now, they even have 0% financing available on all new systems. So remember, for AC needs, stay cooler with Bueller.
Bueller Air. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is the sports medicine leader in Northeast Florida. We're proud to be the official sports medicine provider for your hometown teams, including the Jaguars, Sharks, Axemen, Armada, and the Jumbo Shrimp. We have the most cutting-edge resources for sports medicine care, including active armor casting, Alter-G anti-gravity treadmills, and highly trained physicians and athletic trainers. JOI is truly where the pros go, and so should you.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Share your voice anytime on the 1010XL text line.
Are you serious? Installed by Lifetime Flooring.
I gotta say, you're totally blowing my mind right now.
If you can't call or email, text us. 641-1010.
Drivers and heavy truck mechanics, if you like sports, then you're going to love working at Waste Management.
We have a team atmosphere here where we're looking out for one another. We jump in to help out.
Listen up. WM is now offering a $5,000 new hire bonus to CDL drivers and heavy truck mechanics for jobs at our sites in Jacksonville, Green Cove Springs, Callahan, and St. Augustine.
It's camaraderie. It's everything. I like it.
Steady work, competitive pay, weekly paychecks, opportunities for overtime, paid training, and a generous boot and tool allowance.
Plus, over-the-top benefits like 100% tuition coverage for you and your family, and home every day.
CDL drivers and heavy truck mechanics. Apply online at WM.com/careers. That's WM.com/careers. Search driver and mechanic jobs in Jacksonville, Green Cove Springs, Callahan, and St. Augustine, Florida.
A people first, military friendly, equal opportunity employer.
We are WM.
Need extra cash for the holidays? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn is always buying guns, musical instruments, surfboards, and tools, and pays cash money. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
Ring in the new year by seeing 2020 in 2023. Joe C. for the Jacksonville Eye Center and Dr. Robert Schnipper, they're offering their Champagne Special with 30% off LASIK, which is an incredible deal from the premier ophthalmologist in Jacksonville. Dump the glasses or contacts and take advantage of this great offer. Call 355-5555 and make an appointment right now at the Jacksonville Eye Center. It's their Champagne Special. 30% off LASIK at the Jacksonville Eye Center. Call 355-5555 now.
Hey, it's Bert Cannon with the First Coast YMCA. Santa told me that you've been thinking about a Y membership, but not really sure how it works. So come check out the Y for free. Every Friday this month, the Y is free. That means you and your buddies and your spouse and your kids can all take advantage of free Fridays at the Y. More than just a gym, the Y is a community where you develop relationships, achieve your goals, and belong to something bigger than yourself. This month, Fridays are free, so find your Y.
Atlantic Self Storage, the official storage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Need to make room to watch football in your home or need a place to park your boat or RV? Store it all at Atlantic Self Storage. Over 50 locations in Northeast Florida. 24-hour access, all with month-to-month leases. Moving? They can help with supplies. They make storage easy. Go to AtlanticSelfStorage.com or call 877-WE-STORE to find a storage solution near you. Go Jags!
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
I just got a text from Derek Trucks coming back into town. I thought he was already back in town. Things wrapped up in Boston. Of course, that's Susan's hometown. But they stopped off in D.C. last night at the Smithsonian. She grabbed the James Smithson Bicentennial Medal. And see the photo here with it. Pretty awesome stuff.
As a child, I was obsessed with the Smithsonian.
Mm-hmm.
I only went one time. I think I was like 4 or 5, but I loved the Indians so much that I screamed and cried and was like, "Where are all? I want more Indians!" And that's my Smithsonian story.
So I was hoping Derek's going to play golf tomorrow, but he can't. He won't be back until tomorrow night. But he's going to be around to watch the game on Sunday.
Is that?
Can I just tell you something? The last time I watched the game...
Does that mean you're at his house or he's in the man cave?
It's not a man cave. It's a bar.
A bar.
I hate the man cave. Man cave's yuppie. You can't call it a man cave, right?
I knew you had a name for it. I just...
Can't go yuppie.
I apologize.
The last time I watched the game with Derek and Susan and his entire band...
Yeah. like
Jacksonville destroyed the Los Angeles Chargers.
So this is a good sign.
Yeah.
And by his entire band, you mean like 30 people.
Right, and members of Los Lobos was there too. But yeah, that's when they were That was the
at halftime. They're jamming out.
They were, and then for a couple of hours after that. That was right before they went to the Beacon Theater in New York to play like 6 shows, and they because they released this new album in 4 installments of 7 songs, 28 songs. In 4 months, they released 7 different songs.
I like that.
Yeah,
like a cereal.
Oh yeah. And he's back for a little bit, and then they're hitting like the entire state except for here. They're going everywhere. They're like Daytona, Clearwater, Tampa, Orlando, South Florida, Pensacola. I mean, they got 7 or 8 shows. Just check them out. Just go to Tedeschi Trucks Tour 2023.
Or be as cool as Rick and hang out with him this week.
Hey, listen, man. He's a Knoll, and he's a Jag. What's there not to love? For the record, Florida State has had a monster week, okay? I mean,
Like
you talk about killing. No, recruiting wise, they got a bunch of guys in this weekend. I think they got 7 guys in, a couple of tight ends, the corner from UCF. They got an offensive lineman who's in.
Portal guys.
Yes, you got the confirmed commitment to return from Jordan Travis, which is absolutely, positively enormous. The Heisman Trophy will be given out tomorrow night. Jordan Travis is going to be a preseason Heisman Trophy candidate. Florida State wins against Oklahoma, and I'm petrified by that game because they haven't knocked off Oklahoma since 1965. They have lost their last 5 or last 6 against the Sooners, even though they haven't played in 11 years. Micah Pittman announced that he is returning. Okay, punt return man, wide receiver. Trey Benson announces that he is going to return. And that one to me was a little bit of a surprise. I can think of guys like Devontae Freeman that I figured would have been better off perhaps returning for a senior year and improving his stock. But I think at that position, there's only so many touches you're going to be able to get, right? You might as well get paid. There's not a lot of respect for the running back position in the National Football League. There just isn't. And with that said, Seminole fans have to be absolutely beside themselves the fact that Benson announced he is coming back.
That's like a 1,300-yard dude.
Oh,
he's good.
So, 2 of their defensive backs, Jerian Jones, who played well. The latter part of the season, he was better than he was earlier in the season. Renardo Green, who struggled a little bit this year. Okay, but still, it's encouraging to bring him back. The kid Winston Wright, who was supposed to be the best of the receivers. If you look at Johnny Wilson and Micah Pittman and all of the transfer wide receivers who came over, Winston Wright, and he had that car accident back in the summer, so he never took a snap. He's going to be able to return, and he has announced that. They get back both linebackers. All right, Tatum Bethune was outstanding this year, and Kalen DeLoach, who, a guy that is a two-way linebacker, he spied the dual threat quarterbacks, going back to opening day, or I guess it was week 2 against Jaden Daniels and whatever quarterback that they took on who was able to run it as well as throw it. Kalen DeLoach had a monster year. I mean, these are going to be the best linebackers they were this past year that you would think they'd be even better next year. And, Florida State's 4-2-5 defense that they run. You get back both of those linebackers. So they've lost a ton. George Wilson, Sidney Williams, Rod Orr, Amari Gaynor. Amari Gaynor leaves the team with the most tackles, but he didn't even play last year. He couldn't even get on the field. I know he wasn't 100%. He's a legacy. I went to school with his daddy, Herb. I always liked Amari Gaynor. I kind of wish that it would have worked out for him, but he graduated. He's going to move on. There's a guy there that you pull for. Keyshawn Helton as well. Jarrett Jackson, Chambray Jackson, unfortunately the highest regarded recruit from the 2021 class, Sam McCall. Kind of a turd, kind of a me guy. And Norvell has flushed a lot of them. If you're going to be selfish, it's one thing if you're selfish and you're great. It's another thing if you're selfish and, you're not carrying the weight. You're not able to break the 2 deep. You failed as a kick return guy. And that's exactly what McCall did. He came in with all the hype, and he didn't get the job done. Jamie Robinson's going to leave. He's the only one we know. So they're still waiting on Jared Verse. They're still waiting on Fabian Lovett. My guess is they both go pro. Verse is listed as like a late first-round guy. It's tough to turn down that money. Although, all of a sudden, with winning, Noles start reaching deeper into their pockets. Noles start taking the staple out of their wallet. It's all winning. Winning fixes everything, right? There's a real good chance that Fabian Lovett could return. I mean, I think Fabian. All you got to do is look at the Wilson kid a couple of years ago. in my opinion, he's a day 3 pick. He's a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick. Does he improve his stock? Marvin Wilson did not improve his stock, but Marvin Wilson also was a major turd. Okay, when you look at Fabian Lovett, they missed him during that 3-game losing streak. There's no doubt they missed his body inside. I hope he returns. I think he's got an opportunity to make some decent money in the NIL scenario. So we'll see what happens there. Johnny Wilson, he's not ready. Johnny Wilson caught 35 balls, for crying out loud. Johnny Wilson drops as many as he catches. Johnny Wilson is not an NFL wide receiver. He doesn't have the speed. Come back to college, Johnny. Come back and work on your craft. Maybe you become a makeshift tight end. You got to find some money somewhere in God's country. You're not ready yet. You're just not. You're not physical enough. You're not fast enough, and you drop way too many balls. It's not a punishment to return to Florida State. They have an opportunity to make you better. Okay? My advice to him is absolutely to return. The only other two they're waiting on is Akeem Dent and Dennis Briggs. I'd be surprised if Briggs goes anywhere. Dent, they replaced him with the kid out of Lake City who did a nice job. I think it was Robinson. I can't remember his name right now. Sean Robinson, maybe, S-H-O. But he's kind of an underrated glue to the middle of that defense, in my opinion.
Jamie Robinson.
No, Jamie Robinson's the star. He's the star safety, and he's definitely going pro. It's the other kid out of Lake City. I think he's the one who blocked. He might have been the one that blocked the PAT with LSU. I would have to look back on that. Let me find this real quick before I get to the break. Just I don't want to do that to you because I got a special guest coming up that is going to help. We're going to raise some more money.
Shaheem Brown?
Yeah, Shaheem Brown. That's what I'm thinking of. Out of Lake City, right? What did I say? Robinson?
Yes.
Right. What am I talking about? Florida State, right? They're the Seminoles, right? Yeah. Oh, sure you're a fan, Ballou. Come on, you're a closet kid, or admit it. Everyone knows it.
Oh, my God. First of all, memorizing college rosters nowadays with the portal is next to impossible.
And you know what? I hate it. As happy as I am, I hate it. For decades, I knew all 85 Noles. Right. And I knew where they came out of. I knew their class. This is a totally different world. And Norvell has benefited from it. Mm-hmm. He has done a much better job in the transfer portal than he has done with recruiting. That's going to have to change. Now, I think he's going to have this tight end from South Carolina, this DB from UCF, among others that are in this weekend, I think he's going to land a lot of these kids. I think he's going to be able to plug in starters. But eventually, you're going to have to get back to recruiting. You're going to have to get back to bringing in 18-year-old high school players. And right now, Norvell has not done a good job there. This will be a better class this year, and he's off to a real good start in 2024. But anyway, a lot to be happy about right now over at Florida State. They have been just crushing it the last couple of weeks. All right, Alex Lamb, he is the son of David. He's been a longtime friend of mine. He's got a big event coming up. Let's raise some money for kids. We'll get to those details on the other side. And let's get back to the Jaguars. And if you want to mention anything on Florida State, 641-1010. Gator fans, if I didn't get to you, I'd apologize. I won't do that, but I'll tell you to listen to any other show on this station.
Former Jaguars QB David Garrard joins Jaguars Today to talk Jags. Mondays on 1010XL. Brought to you by Napa Auto Care. You can trust Jacksonville Napa Parts and Jacksonville Napa Auto Care repair shops.
This month, the Key Buick GMC received 4.59% up to 72 months on Buick Enclave, Envision, Encore, and Encore GX. The stunning Buick Envision is here, and it's been named the best luxury compact SUV by Consumer Reports, and Key has them in stock now. Key Buick GMC, where every new Buick comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty and no dealer markups. We are professional grade. Visit us today, Key Buick GMC, on the corner of Southside and Gate.
The last thing you want to be dealing with this holiday season is a septic emergency. Plan ahead and schedule to have your septic tank pumped out now. Our wonderful team at Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services is standing by and ready for your call. We'll get your septic tank pumped out right away, giving you one less thing you have to worry about this holiday season. Check out our reviews online and give us a ring today. 904-862-6769. That's 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, and happy to report that Dandy has some brand new goodies, and they're only available at select Gate stores around town. 5 delicious new breakfast items to start your day off right. Fresh buttermilk biscuits, flaky croissants, French toast, maple waffles, all matched up with country sausage, ham, or bacon, fried eggs, and cheddar cheese. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so go out and make yours a dandy just a little bit earlier tomorrow.
Got that hometown flavor creeping up on you, yeah.
Best Bet is paying out over $725,000 in promotions this December. Kick off your holiday festivities at Best Bet Jacksonville, Best Bet Orange Park, and Best Bet St. Augustine with exciting promotions like Table Share Tuesdays and $500 table share drawings. Or play our fun table games like 1-card poker, 3-card poker, face-up Pie Gal, and Ultimate Texas Hold'em. If you don't know how to play these card games, no worries. Our friendly dealers will be happy to teach you. Visit bestbetjacks.com for more information.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Brackish Vodka, part of the Brackish brands, is made right here in Jacksonville. 100% from corn and gluten-free. It's the local answer to Tito's. Brackish Vodka is the proud partner of Growlers Bar at Tailgaters, and we will be pouring free samples of our local vodka, as well as selling merch at each home game. Brackish brands are for those who live life slightly salty. And once you try Brackish Vodka, you'll be slightly salty too. You've never had vodka this smooth. Buy Brackish at any Shores Liquor. See you on game day.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Roof It Right. Head over to roofitRightFL.com and check out their warranties. Roof It Right offers the best warranties in the business, and they will be there to stand behind their work should you ever need to make a claim. Listen, folks, if trust is important, trust my friends at Roof It Right. You can schedule a free estimate today at roofitRightFL.com. That's roofitRightFL.com. See why your friends and neighbors say, Roof It Right, so you can sleep at night.
You are ready to sell your home. It could be a variety of reasons, but you just feel like the time isn't right. Guess what? With Chad and Sandy Realty, the time is always right. For one, and at the top, I'll just tell you, they guarantee offers within 72 hours or they'll sell your home for free. That would be enough for me. But when you consider all the other nuances of why they are doing it right, then you are going to use Chad and Sandy just like I would. Pick your move date, stay in your home after the sale while you close on your dream home. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. And again, I don't know if I told you, they guarantee offers within 72 hours or they'll sell it for free. Dylan just finished his time of service in the Navy, was ready to move the family back to his home state of North Carolina. Chad sold it $12,000 higher than any other home in the area. In just 14 days, he had them on their way. Call the agents I trust and recommend. Get multiple offers in 3 days or sold free. Call Chad and Sandy today at 414-6200. 414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com. Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
This holiday season, Famous Automotive and Tire is offering a buy 3, get 1 free sale on all new tire sizes and brands, plus all shocks and struts. Visit the shop for details. Then buy 3, get 1 free at Famous Automotive and Tire, servicing every customer like they're famous.
When Wingstop made the chicken sandwich, you know they couldn't just make just one. Now you can have all 12 sauces and toss favorites. like the OG Hot with a side of ranch, mango habanero, and my favorite, lemon pepper. This is Leon Searcy, and you're hearing it from me. The Favorites and Chicken Sandwich is back at all your local Wingstop locations. So do like I do. Pick your favorite flavor and try the new chicken sandwich today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, we're here for another hour. JJ and yours truly, our picks coming up a little bit later on in the program. Unfortunately, our good friend, the Philly Rooster, cannot make it on tonight live from Las Vegas. He is sick. He is under the weather. Instead, Alex Lamb, an old crony of mine, an old guy I used to run and rip with back in the good old days. In God's country.
Doc's Tavern in Tallahassee. Ricky B, good to see you, babe.
Shoot some free throws and whatever else came to mind. How you been?
Doing great, buddy. Doing
of course,
great.
Alex been here forever. He's the son of David Lamb and Santa Lamb. How long is what's it been now? Like 20, 25 years?
This Saturday, this next Saturday, not tomorrow, but next Saturday, we're holding our 21st Santa Lamb shopping spree for kids. It's the David Lamb Foundation. Dad started it, obviously, a long time ago with a couple of his buddies.
Yeah.
And the story goes back to when Pops grew up, he didn't have much. His mom and dad didn't have much. And I think Christmas was kind of bare for him and his brother and his sister back in the day. And then so when he had a little coin in his pocket, he remembered those tough times, and he wanted to help out others that might be going through some difficult times around the holidays, and so he started the foundation. We started the shopping spree to help out some kids have a little extra Santa, and we're having it next Saturday at the Regency Walmart Superstore.
I think you have to become an adult to witness this, and it probably first comes to mind when you're watching your kids and how they are. But there's something about it when you get older in life. It feels better to give than receive.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. You want to see the joy on the face. One of my kids got one of his big Christmas presents last year, and it was fantastic. I mean, you just can't wait to see him open and see what they're going to get. You got a car. I mean, you got to use car, for crying out loud.
He's that old?
Well, my three kids, Rick, are 24, 18, and 17.
I got a 21 and 17. I know exactly what you're saying.
Crazy, man. What happened? I look at you.
I don't know. They don't talk to me anymore. I don't know. Are you kidding me?
I look at you. I'm going to go kick them back like 1990, man. Let's get
I've always been that way. It's like, listen, I always used to say it. I don't mind getting older. I just didn't want my little girls to get older.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
It's crazy. So, this thing, you've given out thousands and thousands over the 21 years. It's something that...
it's probably a little north of $500,000, that we've raised and given out. And again, and all the charities are great. We do ours a little bit different. The biggest difference for us is we actually give the kids a $100 gift card.
Yeah.
So for them to go into Walmart and shop for themselves.
Oh, okay.
So we don't, and there's a lot of them that collect toys and things like that. But we just decided a long time ago, or my dad, I should say, decided a long time ago that he didn't just want to give boys a Tonka truck and a Nerf gun and girls a Barbie doll and a playhouse, because maybe they're not into that. Who knows? So, and when we came up with a dollar figure, because he said, I want every kid to be able to come in and get a bicycle if that's what they want to do, and ride a bike outside. And so anyway, it's evolved through the years, but we let the kids shop for themselves, so it's a little bit different that way. 100% volunteer organization. The only bills we have to pay an accountant to do our paperwork every year, and we pay a little bit for some postage and some envelopes so we can mail out letters to previous donors. But other than that, it's a 100% volunteer organization. All the money donated goes back to the kids. That was Dad's MO and mission statement, from day one. He didn't want to have anybody, on staff collecting a salary, an office, paying somebody rent, what have you. So we're really proud of that fact that the money all goes back to the kids, except for some very minor expenses, maybe $500 or $600 a year. And people can help out. They can go to the website. There's a link there to donate if you'd like to help out. It's santalamb.org, and Lamb obviously has 2 M's.
All right, it's I have it pulled up right now. Santa Lamb is, as Alex said, all one word, Santa, LAMM.org, and there is a device here where you can point click, and that is how you can donate for our listeners.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're real close to this year's event. We're looking to have north of 250 kids. Years prior we had 300, 350 or so. We had some pretty big numbers, big crowds at the location, and it was fantastic. COVID hit in 2020, the numbers got reduced a good bit, and we're slowly building back up to those numbers, so we're happy to get north of 250 kids next Saturday, but we're always collecting money because we're always wanting to have funding for next year's event, and so we can go in it and have an idea where we stand.
Santa Lamb coming up again. It'll be a week from Saturday?
Yeah, a week from tomorrow. It's next Saturday, the 17th, at the Super Walmart in the Regency area.
All right, Alex Lamb, our guest. Go to santalamb.com. How is David? I had him on in the early part of the season. I'm embarrassed. I haven't talked to him now in probably 7 or 8 weeks or so. How's David doing?
Pops is all right. He's still, he's still doing his thing. He's moving around, which is the most important part. He doesn't get there very fast. He's not going to get in any foot races. His 40 time now is about a day and a half.
Right.
But
he's quicker than Cam Robinson if they put him at left tackle.
But maybe equal. I was in Detroit, by the way, last Sunday for that Lions game. I saw that show up close and personal. What a trip that was. But, hey, it was pretty cool. Ford Field was fantastic,
Oh, it's a great stadium, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've talked to you here in the last month or so.
Did you go over to Windsor? That's what you should have done.
No, I had my wife and one of my kids.
Give me back the good old Lamb days when you and I got thrown out of double doors in Pittsburgh at a gentleman's club back in, 1996, 97?
Yeah, about that time. Exactly.
Take us back to those days.
Yeah, but I did go catch, this, I've been talking to you the last few weeks. I've really gotten turned on to the NHL, man. I'm digging this sport.
Awesome.
I went to some games, with my business, one of my business. I was traveling to Vegas a lot back at the beginning of the year, and the Knights happened to be playing. Nothing else to do but drink and gamble and keep drinking and keep gambling.
That's an event, man. It takes them like 45 minutes to take the ice.
Yeah, it's fantastic. They put on a really good show out there. So I bought some tickets, went, just kind of had something to do, and fell in love with it, man. And it's fantastic. So even last weekend, it turned out the Golden Knights were playing the Red Wings on Saturday night. Wow. So I went to Little Caesars Arena Saturday, went to Ford Field on Sunday. So it was a great sports weekend, had a blast. By the way, both facilities are fantastic. Ford Field, I was blown away. It was a really cool deal, even though the Jaguars got hammered.
Former Jacksonville Lizard King coach Bruce Cassidy, who was fired last year in Boston, I did not support that move, actually went in there this past week and snapped Boston's 14-game home win streak. They began the year 14-0.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling
you. They beat them in a shootout.
Yeah, exactly. At the top of the fifth.
Right.
See, I'm telling you, I'm following it, and because I went to Vegas and saw a few games out there, I kind of latched onto the Golden Knights. I got the package now and watch them, so I did see that Bruins game.
Such a good sport.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm going to watch tonight. Bruins drop the puck on the West Coast at 9:30. All right, give us a minute apiece. What do you make of this 4-8 Jaguars team?
Well, I mean, it's been super frustrating. There's no doubt they should have a couple more wins than they do. They go out and beat Baltimore, and everybody on the radio, all the guys here on 1010XL, and I'm right there included in with the group, thinks, hey, maybe they were turning the corner. Maybe we can make a late season run, and then just to go embarrass themselves in Detroit. But I did think people were taking Detroit too lightly. The Lions have been a better team than their record. They've been a better team than people think, and they've been pretty hot lately. So I did think it was going to be a big shootout, and there's no way I thought the Jaguars were going to score 14 points, and that'd be it.
Yeah.
But it's super frustrating season. But, I think the biggest disappointment – early in the year, I thought the defense was going to be really good, and they've turned out to be really bad.
Yeah,
and I think that's the biggest part for me is the defense just in the pass rush. Josh Allen, I've been saying this for 2 or 3 years. He's average at best. That's it. And everybody, when they say our best player on the team is Josh Allen, well, that's why we're a losing franchise because he's average at best. And then Trayvon obviously has been, not worth the number one pick.
JJ, you one of David Lamb's sons as well because you have the exact same opinion as Alex.
I could be. I don't know. I haven't seen him in so long. I missed him.
Yeah, we do as well. All right, a minute on our alma mater, Florida State, and also all the players who have announced this week that they're returning.
Well, you and I were talking about it just before we came back on here. Jordan Travis is the key. I've always thought since I've been an adult and did radio back in the 90s, what have you, there's 15, 20, 25 programs in college football that are actually trying to win a national championship, that have funding towards it, that they spend money on coaches, they spend money on facilities, whatever. There's 15 or 20, right? And none of those teams.
And out of those 15 to 20, there's only 8 or 9 who legitimately have a chance.
Yeah, okay. But my point is you're only going to go as far as the quarterback takes you. If you're one of those top 20 programs or top 15 programs, if you find the right quarterback, you get lucky there, you have a chance. Jordan Travis gives the Noles a chance. There's no doubt about it. It's funny, though, when Willie Taggart wouldn't put him in and he finally got his first chance 2 years ago in Boston College, he immediately takes off and runs 2 80-yard touchdowns or lengthy touchdowns, what have you. But look at how he's developed into a passer. So with Jordan Travis, that announcement's the big one for the Noles for sure.
Yeah, it is. And, that game will be interesting. I have that night off. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go to Orlando.
Maybe we should load up the car, load up a cooler, and head down.
The girlfriend's an Oklahoma grad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Leaving her back. Okay.
If you and I are going, definitely.
There's no way.
No way.
Yeah, we need to go. It's been a while since we've seen a game together, so let's plan on that. I know that we got some buddies that will make that a hell of a good time, no question about it. One more time, it's a week from Saturday, the event, but tell our listeners about Santa Lam and how they can donate here for kids.
Yeah, appreciate it. One thing I wanted to mention, too, is the focus is on military families. We have several agencies that we support with the David Lamb Foundation and the Santa Lam Shopping Spree, 5-Star Veterans, Mayport, guys out there at Mayport, Beam, Beaches Habitat, Daniel Kids. So there's several, and a couple of others, but there's several agencies we support. Again, all the money goes back to the kids. You can go to the website, Santa Lam, that's 2 M's, LAMM, santalam.org. There's a button there you can click and donate if you'd like to help out and help some kids here in the area. 21 years into it, again, the community's been fantastic in supporting it, but we could always use some more help, and there's certainly kids out there and families out there who sometimes run across a tough time and need a little extra at Christmas, and we're happy to help out.
Outstanding. I'll continue to mention this next week. Always good to see you, Alex. Thanks.
Thanks, Ricky B.
There he goes, Alex Lamb, and that is with Santa Lam in their 21st year. Again, just go to Santa Lam, all one word, SantaLamm.org. Coming up next. JJ, you did not have a good week, brother. Are we at the point now where I got
month, dude? In general, a rough couple months.
You're like King Henry. You've had a bad month, but you have an opportunity to snap out of it on Sunday. Are we at the point yet where I need to go first, giving you an option to come?
I know that I'm picking the Titans and you're picking the Jags, so we're at least different on one.
All right, so we'll do that next. We'll make our weekly picks. Ballou and JJ. That's coming up on the other side.
What's that? Find 1010XL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram by searching 1010XL and follow the conversation on social media, because listening at the dinner table would be rude.
Hey, have you heard why people are driving from all over the country to buy from Beaver? Stop waiting for months for the vehicle you're looking for. We have new inventory on the lot, priced to sell and waiting for you. Plus, every new vehicle comes with a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty for your peace of mind. It's simple. We want to provide you with exceptional service before and after the sale. We'll see you at Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville or Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine. We're here to wow you.
If you want to work with new tech security cameras or home automation, Tyson Sound & Security is looking for you now. You'll start at $20 an hour or more, and you can qualify for a $1,000 signing bonus. Tired of that warehouse or food industry job? Try working for Tyson Sound & Security. They will train you. Apply online at TysonSoundandSecurity.com or call to apply. 762-1000. Tyson Sound & Security is an equal opportunity employer. 762-1000.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire 86,000 IRS agents. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
There's a reason they call it cold and flu season. With a new year upon us, you can't afford to let the sniffles get you down. That's where Millennium Physician Group comes in. Millennium Physician Group is now accepting new and same-day patients at their locations across the First Coast. Most locations are bilingual and have a lab on site for all your needed tests. Go to millenniumphysician.com to find a primary care office in your neighborhood. Millennium Physician Group, your connection to a healthier life.
Safe Harbor Seafood and Market is one of the largest sources of fresh, local seafood in the Southeast. This football season, when the family wants fresh seafood for game day, stock up at Safe Harbor Seafood Market and Restaurant, located in Old Mayport, or the new location in Crescent Beach. Award-winning seafood right in your backyard. Family-owned and operated for generations. Safe Harbor Seafood and Market. For store hours, go online to safeharbor-seafood.com.
It's the most intense, friendly rivalry in all of sport. Army, Navy.
What's at stake is the Commander-in-Chief's trophy.
Listen for Army-Navy moments.
Brought to you by Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-IHRS 777-4477.
Need cash for the holidays or to pay off credit cards right now? Loan Pronto's all-new Express Equity Line of Credit program is just what you need. Prosser here. You don't have to do a full home refi. You can tap a small portion of the equity you have and enjoy a super low rate. With Loan Pronto's Express Equity Credit Line, you can close in 7 to 10 days, and a $50,000 loan will only cost you around $300 a month. Use that money to pay off high-interest credit cards or consolidate other debt or even start a home improvement project. With Loan Pronto, you can access up to 95% of your home's equity, and 9 out of 10 homeowners won't even need an appraisal. Even if you did a total refi recently or just bought your home, you can tap the equity with this fast, easy program. Do it now before the holidays. Call Loan Pronto at 904-999-1508. 904-999-1508. You could use that extra cash for the holidays, and you can get it with Loan Pronto. Also visit loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
Hey, Jaguars fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic or circling the lot looking for a place to park? Well, join the thousands of other Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to TIAA Bank Field is on the JTA Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 4 convenient locations around Jacksonville, including the Kings Avenue parking garage on the South Bank. Tickets start at just $10 and are available exclusively on the Token Transit mobile app. The JTA Game Day Express. It's like winning before the game even starts.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins. Fighting for your rights since 1975.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, with you tonight till 8 o'clock. Hacker's off, I believe. Right? In the, I believe that is the story. I will reset that if that is not the case. But I am under the belief that he is not on this Friday night. So we're going to take it till 8. I'll be with you as well at 8 a.m. Sunday morning.
Which for you is like 5 a.m. for us normal people.
Yes. But I enjoy it. Hayes, Carline, me, O'Brien, 8 to 10 on Sunday morning. Get you ready for Jaguars football. I just got a text from a buddy. This is so wrong. It's what, 7:23? And he lets me know now that he can't play golf tomorrow for our 11:57 tee time, citing
some wife stuff.
Are you ready for a shocker? It's his wife, okay? His wife's like, no, we have to do some Christmas shopping tomorrow. And I'm like, bro, you put in like 60 hours a week. You put in more a week than I put in a month. And you deserve to be rewarded. Oh, you deserve to go out and get in 18 holes and drink 16 Miller Lights.
Amen.
And smoke a couple of cigars.
She'll be fine.
Tell your wife to do the online shopping.
What I'm saying.
Right?
I spent $300 last Sunday during the Jags game while sitting here working the Jags game. Didn't even have to leave my seat.
Wives hate husbands who golf, and they especially hate them during the holiday season. I just can't imagine how many wives right now are like looking at their husbands like, how dare you? How dare you set up a golfing event, a tea time?
It's so beautiful outside, too.
Did I just see Hacker walk by?
I have, my schedule says 8 to 10 Compton and Company. So I think Hacker tonight is being replaced by Compton and Company. We have our Christmas party.
Yeah, because I got a text.
I think maybe that's why Hack took the night off for a party.
I got the text earlier in the week that said, do you want to take off the show to go to the Christmas party? And I'm like, I would love to, but I really enjoy these Friday shows. You know, it's the last opportunity to talk about the Jaguars.
I agree.
I have also asked, I never take individual days off. I've asked off for Florida State's bowl game.
So this was like a trade.
On the Thursday the 29th. Yeah, it's like, what are my choices? Party with Florida State Nation or party with you guys? Of course I'm going to pick Florida State.
I think I'm going to head out late tonight.
Are you going to go?
I'll be like the late guy, the guy that shows up late. I'm not turning down a free meal.
I'd love to go, and I've been to them all, except for the last couple of years. But the show ends at 8. I get there at 8:30. I get the 2 tickets for free drinks. I'm done by 8:40. Isn't it rude to leave? Isn't it rude?
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I'm just kidding. No, I mean, listen. There's great people that we work with. This is, I believe, our 16th.
I've never even been to one.
Holiday party.
This will be my first one.
We had one over here at Glenn's Liquors one year.
Really?
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Well, I made a huge deal about Glenn's Liquors forever, so we actually had a party at Glenn's Liquors. Yeah, back in the day. That was actually Matt LeVay who walked by.
Yes. Different body type than Hack.
Yeah,
I'm worried about your vision.
My vision is perfect. I go to Shmunez Vision. How dare you?
That's my bad.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah, but I mean, how do you give up golf at 7:30 on a Friday night when you're scheduled to play tomorrow? What am I supposed to do now? Call around and start? I've only got 4 friends and one canceled on me. Unbelievable. And the other thing is I would figure you'd know your wife, right? I mean, don't act like this is a surprise. I know her. And this shouldn't be a surprise to you. You should have been able to figure that out. As a matter of fact, when I sent it, I was kind of like, did you check with your wife yet?
You wanted to ask that. You should have texted his wife to ask. Skip the middleman.
What happened to the wives that are like, just get my husband out of the house? I want him to play golf. David Lamb used to tell a story about Tom Coughlin and his late wife that she actually called David and said, will you take Tom golfing? He's driving me crazy. I remember that. No doubt about it. All right, so there you go. Enjoy your Saturday with your wife.
Enjoy Christmas shopping.
Lovely. Be a whole heck of a lot of fun. Sure, there'll be no one in the stores on a Saturday.
Oh, my God. There'll be nobody at Town Center. Empty.
If you do want to donate right now, though, for this big event a week from Saturday, it would be great. Santa Lamb, that's 2 M's, santalamb.org. Let's get to our picks. We do it each and every week. We typically do 5 in college football, 5 in the NFL. That is impossible. College football, as we know it, is done, except for Army, Navy. Take notice. And a thank you to all who serve. The game will be in Philadelphia. Of course, the Heisman tomorrow night. And then bowl games begin. I believe a bowl game begins on like the 16th. I probably should have put a bowl game.
Gasparillo Bowl?
Or something like that. I probably should have put it. I want to say the Gators play on like the 17th.
Yeah, they have an early one. All right, so the first bowl game is the 16th, like you said, in Nassau. UAB against Miami. No, Miami, we did not make a bowl game. This is Miami of Ohio.
In
UAB,
Nassau?
by the way, hired Trent Dilfer as a head coach.
In Nassau?
In Nassau. It's the Bahamas Bowl, I believe.
Gators play on the Saturday the 17th. Okay,
The next day,
we
yes.
will be able to get that in next Friday.
Of course.
I was gonna
They
say
play Oregon State, and they have about 10 players on the roster.
Gators were going to screw this whole thing up. I was going to have to add them in against Oregon State without giving a lot of putting a lot of road work in on the Beavers.
Yeah, I'm not familiar as well. Now we have a week to dive into the Beavers.
I watched that come from behind game, though, when they knocked off Oregon. That was entertaining in Pac-12 after dark. All right, 7-3 last week. Yours truly, JJ 5-7. So season standings look like this. Rick Ballou, 85 up, 51 down. JJ, 79 and 57. Now, it's up to you. We can go 1-1 and keep rotating.
No,
or
let's go 1-1.
Let's go 1-1? All right. Because I could take the easy way out here and agree with your 5.
But I know you're a better man than
I
that.
know. Truly, I am. I'll go first. I'll take Navy over Army. How you going?
Good. I like the Black Knights here. I'm going Navy or Army. Excuse me.
Army for JJ, Navy for Ballou. You are up. It's the Battle of Ohio, Cleveland at Cincinnati.
I think that Deshaun looked absolutely atrocious last week. I'm rolling with the Bengals.
How about the Rams? How about Baker Mayfield last night? I mean, 98 yards,
Potentially
8
saved
plays.
his career.
Yeah, the best thing that can happen for him right now is like to not play again.
Yeah,
just and you just live off that and go into free agency.
Remember that? Yeah.
Right. But that was incredible. And, we saw on Monday night a very similar last-minute drive by Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. But the reason why I mention L.A. is last year's Super Bowl, we know, was Cincinnati and Los Angeles. Cincinnati is scary to me. They really are. And they went overboard to try to address that offensive line with 4 changes. They just seem to be getting together at the right time. I did watch that game a couple of weeks ago against Tennessee. I'm going to take Cincinnati. You are going to take Cincinnati as well, correct?
Correct. Even though Cleveland has had some sort of like juju over them recently, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. They beat them in week 1, I believe, something like that. But I like the Bengals here.
I never thought that we would be in week 14 and a Minnesota-Detroit game would be arguably the most difficult game to pick. I'm going to roll with Detroit right here. And I have watched Minnesota play because I love Dalvin Cook. I'm always going to watch him if I'm home, several screens. I'm just the Cook guy. But I'm going to take Detroit here at home. I'm going to take the Lions. How about you?
They're the favorite.
Yeah,
which is
by 2
shocking.
points.
They're
yeah.
a favorite over a 10-2 team. I am begrudgingly taking the Vikings. I think the Vikings get a lot of unnecessary hate because they win close games, but they win the games. I like them as an underdog to win outright.
All right. So let me put that one down. You like Minnesota. I will take Detroit. Another divisional matchup. It is Philadelphia in New Jersey to take on the Giants. How do you see this one?
I like the Eagles. Big.
Yeah, I like Philly as well. Road team here. Both of us do like Philadelphia. Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Baltimore, the loss here, ugly for them here, ugly win for them a week ago. Again, Pittsburgh is favored at home. Pittsburgh's one of those teams that has to win probably 4 out of their last 5 games if they plan on grabbing a wild card spot. Who's up here? 1-2, 1-2.
You're up.
It's me. I'm going to take Baltimore on the road, even though they're the underdog.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson is officially not playing, by the way.
Yeah, I think they have arguably the best backup quarterback in the NFL.
And he's perfect for their system, exactly. I had the Steelers. I scratched it out. I have the Ravens as well.
All right, so we're both going in that particular direction. You are up. Carolina goes to Seattle.
Seattle, I've been saying for weeks, is going to start playing crappy. Their defense is crappy. But, man, this is a tough one. I'm going to go, who's the home team?
Seattle.
I'll go Seattle.
Yeah, I am as well. Seattle's better than we thought. They've tapered off a little bit, but it's a long flight going from Carolina all the way out there. I tend to agree. Another very interesting game. Long trip for Miami, going all the way out to Los Angeles. The Dolphins, a slight road favorite. I am going to take Miami on the road at Los Angeles. How do you see this one?
I think this is going to be another tough road trip, and I think they're going to get exposed again. I like the Chargers in this one.
All right, going opposite of me. That is JJ. New England goes to Arizona Monday Night Football. I'm going to take Arizona.
Oh, I thought I was going to steal one from you. Yeah, I really don't like what's going on in New England, on and off the field with the team. I mean, Arizona, it's not exactly great either. Bad point, but yeah, I'll go with the home team.
Of course, that is Monday Night Football. We have one other game. This will be the premier one coming up on Sunday afternoon at 4:25. Tampa Bay, fresh off their win, short week. Of course, the injury to Jimmy Garoppolo. Brock Purdy is your quarterback in San Francisco. How do you see this matchup?
I love San Francisco. I love Kyle Shanahan. Probably my favorite coach in the NFL. But I can't see Purdy beating the GOAT. I'm going to roll with Tom Brady here as an underdog, but I like them to win outright.
Yep, I agree with you as well. Going to take Tampa Bay, yet another underdog I'm playing this weekend in the NFL. Jags at Titans. Well, I already announced I'm picking Jacksonville, okay? Yeah. And you want to give me 4 points. I don't even need the 4 points, okay? I'll play Jacksonville money line. For crying out loud. I have the Jaguars pulling off an upset victory in Nashville.
If you did take the Jags money line, I'm sure you get like 2-1 odds.
I would.
Close to that. I'm taking the Titans. I don't feel great about it with all their injuries and the recent struggles, but I think this is Derrick Henry's get-right game after a few rough weeks, I guess we could say. I like the Titans.
All right. I am taking Navy. JJ is taking Army. We both like Cincinnati at home. JJ's taking Minnesota in Detroit. I'm taking the Lions. We're both taking Philadelphia in New Jersey against the Giants. I like Baltimore at Pittsburgh. JJ does as well. Right? You like Baltimore?
Yes.
All right. We both like Seattle to hold serve there at home against Carolina. I'm going to take Miami and LA against the Chargers. JJ is going to take the Los Angeles Chargers. We're both going to take Arizona on Monday night over New England, and the primetime game at 4:25 on Sunday. We both like the road team. Tampa going to San Francisco. I'll take the Jags. JJ's taking the Titans. Season standings, 85-51 for Ballou, 79-57 for JJ. How about
Go Army beat Navy.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I remember, here I am ripping this dude for having to go with his wife to play golf tomorrow. I'm guessing it's like, I don't know, maybe 6-7 years ago, 8 years ago. And, if I go anywhere near the town center, I break out. I just get hives. But my girls were so young then that I was still...
being a good dad.
Right. Trying to be a good dad, doing a bunch of shopping. And what was the old bar over there? Was it Whiskey River?
Yes, which I believe it got something happened.
Yeah, I don't know how that place went down. Every time I went in there, the place was packed. But, yeah, went in there after shopping, and I probably left the shopping a little bit early and let her continue with it, and I started just getting after it. But there was a ton of Navy guys who were in that bar on that particular day and just buying them beers and stuff, and it was a blast to be around. Kind of on the outside looking in,
Not having a dog in the fight.
Right, but it was really interesting. And again, that's going back quite some time.
And I love the triple option, honestly. Like, I enjoyed watching Paul Johnson's, was that his name? Georgia Tech's coach's name. Like, I enjoyed that. Oh, my God. It's so old school, and The games go by fast. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I don't mind
It's
old
like
Big Eight, Southwest Conference stuff, when Barry Switzer ran it and stuff like that. But, man, the Paul Johnson run offense just drove me
I hated
crazy.
playing it. Oh,
Right.
my God.
All right, so 13 games this weekend. If you're not aware of this, obviously within the division, Indianapolis is out. They have their bye. And then you have 5 NFC teams with byes. You have Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, New Orleans, and that team in Washington, D.C. So 13 games, 6 teams are off. When we come back, let's put our final touch on this Friday edition. If you want to get on in, best way to do so is the text line. And that number for you is 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
Putting the fence in.
Here we go, D!
After the game, catch the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game on 1010XL. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
We would like to thank everyone for a very memorable 2022 and wish all happy holidays. But the best is yet to come. Happy Honda Days is here. Visit your local Honda dealer and see the new exciting lineup for 2023. Don't miss it. We're dealing.
Josh Scobie here to tell you about Eastern Roofing Company. Are you in the process of selling your home and are being required by home inspectors or an insurance company to replace your roof? The team at Eastern Roofing is here to get the job done. They can get your roof done fast with no money paid until the sale of your home. Don't miss out on a sale because of your problems with your roof. Call Eastern Roofing today at 775-ROOF or visit easternroofing.com. Eastern Roofing Company. Service with integrity.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. There's comfort in having real-time financial solutions you can trust. When it comes to your money, count on First Florida Credit Union. When value counts, rely on First Florida for rates and rewards that give you the freedom to enjoy more of what you want. When service counts, depend on First Florida for the conveniences you expect and the personal connection you deserve. First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Tony from Tony D's Pizza. If you love our pizza and pasta dishes, let us cater an event for you. Family function or office parties, we can deliver you an amazing Italian meal. Remember, it's not just pizza at Tony D's. Bay Meadows in $2.95.
The holidays provide a good reminder to ensure your vehicle is well maintained for safe and reliable travels. So in the spirit of giving, Famous Automotive and Tire is offering a buy 3, get 1 free promotion on all size tires and brands. All new tire sizes and brands, buy 3, get 1 free. This holiday sale also applies to all shocks and struts. Visit the shop for details and get your vehicle holiday ready at Famous Automotive and Tire. 7 locations servicing every customer like they're famous.
Are you an electrician looking for better pay and benefits? Miller Electric Company has the industry-leading compensation package. Electricians are eligible for a signing bonus up to $1,000. Now, they're partnering with the Jaguars on their new performance facility, the Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric has opportunities for you to work on some of the most exciting projects right here in Jacksonville. Whether you're experienced or not, visit MillerCareers.com, an equal opportunity employer. That's MillerCareers.com.
The XL Primetime crew will tee it up at Fourscore Golf Tavern, noon to 3. We're live Tuesday from your brand new premier golf simulator and sports bar at San Marcos Square. Join XL Primetime Tuesday at Fourscore Golf Tavern.
Ballou here for Shinatri Chiropractic, the breakdown of the body. Stop fighting it. Visit Shinatri Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of JU Athletics. Back and neck pain, arms, legs giving you problems. Get an effective diagnosis and treatment with an adjustment or dry needling. How about acupuncture, which I love because it works. Get rid of your pain and tension. Call 743-6700 or visit them at 2711 University Boulevard, Shinatri Chiropractic.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being a peacemaker. Friends, so often we can only want to help people who are in our inner circle. But God never had inner circles. The world was his inner circle, and he's depending on us to make a difference and to leave our mark in this life. So go out today receiving his peace and then sharing it with the world.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
If you bleed teal and black, then Perfect Rank Billiards is the spot to be.
This Sunday, the Jags take on the Titans in Tennessee. Kickoff is at 1, but brunch starts at 10 with $15 bottomless mimosas and Bloody Marys, along with wing, beer, and liquor specials all day long. If the Jags score, you score. Free shots on the house for every Jags touchdown. This is the place to be to watch your Jags home or away. Perfect Rag Billiards in Murray Hill on Edgewood Avenue.
This is your Mad Dad's Update with Chapter President Donald Ford.
Hello, Jacksonville. I'm going to get right to the heart of the matter. We have had 485 shootings in 2022. This includes murders and individuals being shot. Jacksonville is well on its way to being the murder capital of Florida per capita population again. The answer to the problem is simple. We as a community have got to come together and encourage one another to break the code of silence. Jacksonville cannot solve the problem, and they were not there when it happened. They desperately need our help. We have got to say enough is enough. I'm not going to take any more. Our family could be the next victim. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think.
For information about Mad Dad, go to Mad Dad's Jacksonville Chapter Facebook or MadDad'sJacksonville.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
That's some great Friday night hockey, including coming up at 9:30 Boston, taking on the Phoenix Coyotes, or as they like to call them there, the Coyotes, which I don't get. Ovechkin is, I just don't. Ovechkin is 5 away. They're playing tonight against the newest franchise in the NHL, the Seattle Kraken. And, he had 2, not 1, but 2 empty net goals the other night, which is hard to do. And he got 2. And, I had a little bit of fun because he's second all time. He has 51 empty net goals. He's 5 away from 800, which is third all time behind only Gordie Howe and, of course, Wayne Gretzky, who leads it with 894. But I was like, it's kind of cheap. And even though Gretzky is the all-time leader, Gretzky has 56 empty net goals. Ovechkin has 51. If he gets his 800th goal on an empty netter, and I was trying to think of what can you compare that to? You can't compare it to a PAT in the NFL. You can't compare it to a free throw because some of the greatest players who have ever played, particularly big men, have not been good free throw shooters. I don't think there's anything like it in sports.
I was going to say like a home run against a middle infielder or something, but that's so rare. Empty net goals are not rare. They happen a lot. So there really is no comparison that's coming to mind right away.
Barry Bonds got walked with the bases loaded.
Yes.
That's an honor.
Yes. And it actually worked out for the team that did it. I believe it was Arizona.
So that's happening. They're in the first there. They've actually, as a matter of fact, they've played 20. And the Kraken's up 1-0 after 20 minutes of play.
Prime Josh Hamilton. I also saw that happen to him. For a few years, that guy was raking, man.
Talk about his
drugs,
demons.
Dude.
Demons
They're
for
terrible,
that young man. All right, so I'm not allowed to talk about the Heisman as a Heisman Trophy voter. Who wins it tomorrow night?
Caleb Williams. I think that he won it even before last week. I think really the only thing that could have lost him is if Duggan for TCU just went off and had an amazing game and won. Didn't win. I think it goes to Caleb Williams.
Some are questioning his paint on his fingernails, and everyone's looking for an angle. Does that define what you want as a Heisman Trophy winner? I don't believe Chris Fowler on ESPN will do a piece on that tomorrow night.
There's not a Tom Rinaldi 15-minute puff piece about his painting of nails, saying F the school that he's playing. I think a lot of that stuff is, like, would you really not vote for a guy because of that. It's not even an off the field. I understand if the guy's getting arrested or, whatever, cheating or something, but that?
I want to keep my vote, so I'll give you my answer on Monday.
Yeah.
How does that sound? Big news, if you have not heard, 6 players out for Tennessee. That includes 3 defensive starters. Danico Atre leads Tennessee with 7.5 sacks. David Long, their leading tackler, inside linebacker, out. And their best corner, Christian Fulton, will not play. Also down, Treylon Burks, their top pick out of Arkansas. He has a concussion. He's not going to go. Trevor Lawrence, the toe, practiced today. He says he's good to go. We'll see on Sunday. Chad Muma won't play for Jacksonville, so it is the return of Devin Lloyd as your starter. That's basically it. Let me wrap things up with Bet Against Ballou. Okay, won a game last night on a backdoor cover by Baker Mayfield and the Los Angeles Rams. I did pick the Raiders at -6.5. Again, I'm betting against the teams that I pick. So far for the year, before last night's game, I was 109, 80, and 7, $1,000 increments, including losing $1,100 on losses because I'm including the $100 juice. 109, 80, and 7. What does that mean? If you were to bet on every game that I have bet on, you'd be up $21,000. After last night's win, you would be up $22,000. Jets at Bills. Bills -10. I'll take New York plus the 10. Therefore, I'm betting on Buffalo. I will take Cincinnati -5.5. Therefore, I'm betting on Cleveland. Texans at Cowboys. 17 points. Can't do it. Bob Kemp and Papa Joe Chevalier would never talk to me if I was to lay 17 points down in an NFL game. Give me Houston at +17. Vikings at Lions -2. I picked the Lions -2. I'm going to, as well, pick them here. Therefore, I'm betting on Minnesota. Philadelphia -7 in New Jersey, like Philly. The Ravens at Pittsburgh. Ravens getting a couple of points. I like them. Kansas City -9 in Denver. I'm going to take the Broncos getting 9 points. I'm aware of what happened to Kansas City last week. Tampa at San Francisco. I'm going to take the road team here. Buccaneers +3.5 points in San Francisco. Carolina goes to Seattle. I'll take the home team there, although I hate the number 3.5. You're a fool if you're betting 3.5. I would never bet this, but for the sake of the bit, I am. Miami -3.5, same deal. I'm going to play them in LAC. I like Arizona, the home dog, +1.5. And, of course, I've taken Jacksonville plus the 4 in Tennessee. Again, you are a fool if you bet on every game in the NFL, and I am proving that to you right now. If I was putting my hard-earned money into my actual selections, I would be down more than $21,000, okay? I'm not. I'm betting against my picks to prove a point. No one wins when you bet every game. And for those who are like, well, wait, Ballou, you talk about betting all the time. You tell us you don't bet. I don't. Well, you told us that you used to bet years ago and you won. I did. I wouldn't bet on all these games. I would take 2 or 3 out of here and bet them. See, there's the difference. Betting on 13 games is stupid. Finding 2 or 3 to bet on is the best way to go about it. We call it Bet Against Ballou. It's taken Jacksonville by storm. Everyone's talking about it.
I was worried for a little bit that your picks were actually too good for a couple weeks and it was ruining the bit, but
hey, I lost last week.
Water finds its level, exactly.
I lost last week. I had 7 right and 8 wrong. I actually ended up losing. That's $8,800 wrong, right? 7,000 gain. I lost $1,800 last week. Again, this is fictional money. It's all Monopoly money. I really do not bet. Folks, have a safe weekend. Have a great one. JJ, have a great night as well. We'll talk to you Sunday at 8 o'clock. We'll be here for Jaguars preview. Get ready for their game in Tennessee. Have a safe weekend. My name is Rick Ballou, Compton and Company. They are coming up in 3, 2, 1.
It's not a Sunday drive. It's the Tire Outlet drive of the game.
Can you believe this?
Yes! Listen for the Tire Outlet Drive of the Game.
The thing of beauty.
On 1010XL. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Toyotathon is on at Butler Toyota Jacksonville. Hey guys, Mike Dempsey here. If you've ever been thinking about a new Toyota or high-quality used car, now's the time to buy. Butler Toyota Jacksonville has special Toyotathon savings on every new Toyota, used car, and certified Toyota. Credit problems? Butler Toyota Jacksonville's goal is 100% credit approval. Is your Toyota ready for service? You have to visit the service pros at Butler Toyota Jacksonville. Plus, get your oil changed in 15 minutes or less. A better experience, it's better at Butler.
So I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance